Hello, folks, and welcome to the update for October 2015. First off, I want to thank Patreons for last month. We have Gage, Asger, Russ, The Book Thief, and Travesty OJ. Thank you guys very much for your continued support. Next, I want to hit up, well, what we're going to be doing this month, or at least what we plan to do. And I do realize a lot of time I kind of plan to do things and then it doesn't happen. This is definitely an area that I need to work on for sure. So bear with me as I try to get my ducks in a row and actually, do the month correctly. I just want to give you guys a rough idea of what's going on, what's coming up, what's going on behind the scenes, blah, blah, blah. So first off, I'm still trying to learn Premiere. And learning Premiere, apparently, at least for me, involves a lot of swearing at Premiere and calling it a total piece of crap because it continues to piss me off. For example, today, Witcher number 107, I think it was, has serious audio and visual issues. I don't know why. No other video has this problem. It must have just crapped out while they encoded and didn't bother to give an error or anything. So that was pretty cool. So I have to find that, re-encode that. I'm also working on the bane of my existence, my audio. It's something that I have fought and fought and fought, and I'm never happy with it. I feel like these last Witcher videos, I tried some things, and the more I listen to it, the more I think I can do better. So I'm trying to get the audio. It's touchy to tweak it so it sounds good, but not bad. Because especially, I have a problem, as you may have noticed, with going high. Like I go talk really loud, and then sometimes I'll talk really low. And long story short, it's hard for me, at least, who's not good at this kind of thing, to get the audio right, sounding good, but not like peaking or sounding muffled, anything like that. So if you hear any audio weirdness, I apologize. I'm working on it. I really want to get to the point where it sounds like my commentary audio is really good. So I think I'm getting closer, though, for what it's worth. I feel like I'm getting there. So I appreciate your patience as I work through that. But I'll probably be another month at least trying to learn how to do fairly simple stuff in Premiere. Another thing I want to talk about, I'm thinking about doing a solo podcast. I know that Travesty OJ and I had the Super Game Talk Turbo HD podcast, but he's busy, aka lazy, and we haven't done it in a long time. I'm sure those of you who actually listen to it have noticed. So I've actually considered kind of doing my own. It won't be weekly, almost certainly. It'll probably be either monthly or bi-monthly. Because sometimes I want to talk about things that have been going on, but I don't want to, frankly, I'm not interested enough to research it a lot to make it into a tea time. It's just something I'd kind of like to talk about. And just in general, it's not something that I really want to dedicate a tea time to. And so I don't have anything to do that with. And I'm thinking I might do that with a podcast. If you guys be interested, if you listen to podcasts, I'd be, curious what you guys think about that. I also have another podcast that I do with the Video Game Lads. I don't do a good job advertising it. We do it like roughly once every other week. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description below. I actually have to find the link because obviously I don't listen to it because I'm on it. But I'll look for that and put that in the channel description when I can find it. But yeah, I'd be interested what you guys think. If you listen to podcasts, I would probably do about 2 to 3 hours because, as many of you know, I'm very long-winded. So I don't. Again, just let me know what you guys think, and I might just do it just for the hell of it, just because I want to. And if anybody listens to it, that's an added bonus. But also, if you have been watching Witcher, you'll notice that I have changed the format from 20 minutes to anywhere from 30 to 50-minute videos. There's a lot of reasons I switched. A long time ago when I started the channel, I was like 30 to 40 minutes. And I dropped it to 20 minutes for a few reasons. One of those being the way YouTube analytics handles viewer retention, and it's a bunch of boring crap that you don't care about. But, and another thing is, I always heard, and this is kind of my own fault, I go to the Let's Play subreddit sometimes, and it's kind of the common thing there that people say, oh, 20 minutes, don't do it more than 20 minutes. People don't have long attention spans, they don't want to watch long videos, blah, 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 blah. So I had just kind of assumed that's just the way it is. And I was watching somebody else's Witcher video. I was kind of checking their visual quality compared to mine to see if I was doing something wrong. And I noticed his videos were about 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes. And it just so happened that the video I clicked on, he talked about video length. He actually apologized because he was like, oh, I meant to make these videos 20 to 30 minutes, but I really get into it. And it ends up being 40, 50 minute long video. Every single person I read that responded said that they liked long videos. They said they preferred 30 to 50 minute videos. And that's why you probably saw that poll that I put on the channel a couple of days ago, like a week ago, asking about, do you prefer shorter or longer videos? Because it's something I never thought about. So I thought, well, I'd ask you guys. And like, one person said they actually like 20-minute videos. Everybody else, which was like 94% of the poll, said that they liked videos to be at least 30-minute long. Most people voted for either 40 to 50 minutes. So I'm going to shoot for 30, but that's just going to be kind of a rough rule. I'm going to try to do a better job of having the videos make logical sense. So for example, if I start a quest at the beginning of the video, I'm going to try to have that entire quest within the video. That way you see the beginning and you see the end. So if there's a break in between when you watch the two pieces, you're not like, wait, what quest is he doing? And I know a lot of people prefer that. I know I've had some feedback over the years where people say, oh, I don't like how you stop in the middle of a quest and all that. So hopefully that I'll do a better job. Now, it's not always 100% going to work like that, but I'm going to shoot for doing that. And there, of course, there might be multiple quests in one video, especially if they're, like 15 minutes each. I might do 2 quests, and you know how I tend to wander about. So, we'll see how it goes. So far, what little feedback I have gotten has been positive. So, and by the way, folks, and I say this all the time, if you have feedback, positive or negative, feel free to leave it. I want positive feedback. I want negative feedback. I want your opinions. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to change. Like if you said, oh, I would prefer you to 10-minute videos. Well, that's not going to change. I'm not going to do 10-minute videos because I personally hate 10-minute videos. They piss me off. When I'm, as a viewer, I don't like when people do 10-minute videos. So I want positive and negative feedback. If you notice a problem, if you don't like a change, feel free to say so. I'm not going to get into a side rant, but I know that there's kind of a mentality a lot of times where if you try to give negative feedback, people lash out and say, if you don't like it, don't watch and all that crap. That's not me. As long as you're not a dickhead, I'm totally open to both positive and negative feedback. I want to hear what you guys are thinking, because you got to keep in mind, when I make a change and nobody says anything, I don't know if you like it or not, right? I don't know what you do like and what you don't like, because there's nobody mentioning it. So, feel free to give anytime it just strikes you on a random video, go, oh, I like it that you did that, or I don't like that you started doing this. So just let me know in the comments. But, and that's how changes like this happen, because how many of you have been watching videos that have been 20 minutes long and thinking, man, I wish he'd make these videos longer, but didn't say anything? Like if multiple ones of you would have said something, I would have thought about it sooner. And I still take full blame. I should have really thought about that ahead of time. And started to expand the videos and look at what other people were doing. But I'm just saying, feedback can be good. It can turn into positive changes. So another change is that most Let's Play videos should be 1440p going forward. Unless the game is really graphically intensive, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Or if it's just programmed poorly, Arkham Knight. So I that's one of the reasons I got this video card, was I wanted to be able to do possibly 1440p, and if nothing else, a more consistent 60 FPS. And I've been able to play The Witcher at 1440p, hovering a fit between 50 and 60 usually. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I know a lot of people can't watch it because of their internet or the computer, and that's fine, but I just like to have the option there. But all series like that should be going forward should do that. I will try to do it with other stuff too, like Let's Tries and other things of that nature. But this video obviously isn't, because there's no need for it to be 1440p. But anyway, next up, Witcher 3 DLC Hearts of Stone is coming out this month. As of today, I'm probably 12 to 13 hours ahead of what you see, and I'm still nowhere near the end of the game. This game is ridiculously long. It's asinine. But even if I started it, you won't see it for a while. I've already did the pre-purchase. I bought the season pass because I trust CD Projekt Red not to screw us on the DLC. But I don't know when that's going to happen. It's probably going to be a while, because even if I bought it on release day, it'll take a week or two before you guys see it, right? Because you have to catch up. So that's where we stand on that. Metal Gear Solid 5, I swear to God, it's coming back. I suck. I know. I've been really focused last month. I really wanted to kind of get some of my technical stuff, my technical ducks in a row, as it were. And I did that to some extent, but I'm still working on it. So it's coming back. I promise. It might be a little bit longer. Sorry, but it will be coming back. And it almost certainly should be this month. Probably no later than 2 weeks from now. I am going to try to start it back soon, because I realize it's been like 3 weeks since I've uploaded. It's asinine. Transformers Devastation is coming out next week on like the 5th or 6th of October. I do plan on doing a LP on that, and you might say, whoa, that's crazy. Why are you starting a new series when you haven't uploaded Metal Gear Solid? Good question, a fair question, because I think I can knock it out pretty quick. If it's like other Platinum games, it's probably going to be like 15 hours, 12 to 15 hours, somewhere there. So I'll probably be able to knock that out fairly quickly in like a couple sessions. And I want to play it. I like the old school Transformers. That's what I grew up with back in the 80s. So I really want to give it a try. So yes, I will be doing a Let's Play of that starting next week if everything goes as planned. Uncharted Collection also comes out this month. Probably not going to do that one, at least at release. Again, I've got so much else going on. It's hard for me to justify. I feel like I keep rushing myself, and I'm missing all these technical things, like learning Premiere and getting all this stuff correct. And I keep like half-assing it and doing duct tape type things. So I want to stop doing that. I want to get this all done so I can go, okay, let's focus on recording. So Uncharted Collection, as much as I actually want to play that, because I've only played a little bit of the first one and I enjoyed it, it's probably not going to happen this month. Same with Assassin's Creed, same reasons. Also, I really don't... I want to play the whole Assassin's Creed, at least all the numbered ones. I know that's ridiculous. I know everybody says skip the first one at least. And I might, at some point, I might just say screw it and play Syndicate if it's getting really good reviews. We'll see. Long story short, though, it's not coming this month. The last thing I wanted to talk about, well, at least that I have written down, is the Blade & Soul closed beta starts late this month. I think it's like the 30th, something along those lines. So I'm going to try to get in on that. I know that you can they're doing the Founders Pack thing where you can buy in and get in guaranteed to get into beta when it starts. I'm going to actually try to pull my PR connection strings, which are barely existent, to try to get in that way. If not, I actually might do it. If you're not familiar, it's an MMO. It's from I think it's another Korean MMO, and it's the combat and movement and stuff looks really, really cool. And many of you know that I tend to be addicted to trying different MMOs, so I'm going to try to do some of that. We'll see how that goes. Again, it won't be a major series, especially since it's in beta, but I would like to give it a try and show it off on the channel. Those of you who are interested, Diablo is still going to happen. Diablo 3, my monk, is actually going a lot faster than I thought. Like when I first played the monk, I was kind of not feeling it, but now I feel like I'm kind of in the groove. But yes, that will occur again. Maybe this Sunday, we'll see. I'm so like, part of me really is like, no, forget everything else, finish The Witcher. But I kid you not, I can look on Steam. I've got about 90 hours of Witcher 3. I probably have bare minimum 20 to 25 hours left. It's nuts how much content is in this game. So, and that's the other reason I've been kind of missing other stuff, is that I'm focusing on Witcher, but I'm still a long way to the finish line. Still love the game though. It's fantastic. I think it's easily one of the best RPGs ever made, without question. But other things, ArcAge, that's still, I think last month I said that one was like permanently on the back burner. Not to say that it's canceled, but I have no idea when that's going to start again. I got too much stuff going on, and there's some really good games coming out that I want to focus on, like Fallout. So also Elder Scrolls Online and Terra. Sorry, again, those are also on the back burner. They're like a little further up on the back burner, so it's a stove with like 3 like sets of burners, and there's a back burner, and then there's the middle back burner. That's where those are. Will they come back this month? There's a fair chance they won't. I'm sorry. I know some of you really are digging the Terras and the Elder Scrolls Online, so I feel bad for not doing those. But yeah, I'm going to try to get at least a few this month. We'll see, but there's a pretty darn good chance that they won't. Again, I do apologize about that. And just kind of like off the top of my head, some things I wanted to talk about quickly. I swear to God, I want to keep these shorts, and shorts. We're already at like 17 minutes. But the one last thing I kind of want to talk about, which is kind of like back-end stuffy, but one negative about doing longer videos is, so let's say back when I was doing 20-minute videos, let's say I recorded 3 hours. So because I was cutting them into 20 parts and doing one a day, it's like, okay, that's 6 days. I have 6 days to play other games, do let's tries, do my big boy adult chores, crap like that. But now with 30 to 60 minute or 30 to 50 minute parts, now it's like, okay, that 3 hours might end up being like 4 days, or maybe 5 days. Or no, sorry, I said 3 days. I meant 9, because if I record 3 hours, that's 3 parts a piece, so that's 9 days. It's over a week to work on other things, do research, do whatever I need to do. But with the shorter videos, I have to kind of be a little bit more on the ball. The alternative, of course, is to have gaps. So, like, let's say you get Witcher 3 times a week, but the parts are longer, so you actually end up getting more. So if you average like 40-minute parts, and I uploaded 40, I'm not gonna do the math. Long story short, you still get it at least the same amount, but it puts a little bit of pressure on me to record more, and again, more boring stuff in the background here is there's a lot of other things going on. For example, to give you an idea how long these things take to encode, a 40-minute video to record at the settings that I use for 1440p and 60 FPS, to make a 40-minute video is roughly 5 hours of encoding. So that one video you look at YouTube took me about 5 hours of just encode. That doesn't count, you know, the minor editing I do and all that stuff. That's just how long it takes my computer to encode it. And I don't have a slouch by any stretch of the imagination. So 3 hours of recording is going to take like roughly 20 hours. I just kind of spitball on it there. So you can kind of see how that becomes a problem. Now, one nice thing about Premiere is that I can queue up encodes so that they run while I'm at work or while I'm at sleep. I can also pause them, which is something I couldn't do with Sony Movie Studio. And this is going to be a little bit more technical talk, so those of you not interested, I'll just stop here and say thanks for, you know, watching. Leave comments, feedback, blah, blah, blah. For those of you who are interested in some of this boring technical garbage, then you can feel free to listen on. But anyway, so I can queue it out while I'm at work or while I'm at sleep, and I can pause it. Now with Sony Movie Studio, I couldn't pause it. You had to cancel. So if you were 90% through and something happened, you had to cancel it and start all over again. That is one nice thing about Premiere, is that you can pause and resume. So there's that. The other thing is file size. File sizes are, as you might imagine, quite huge. I'm just kind of looking through here. What's good? All right, that's a WAV file. This 20-minute video is 33 gigs. Now, I have a 4 terabyte drive that I bought specifically just to save recordings to. It's still getting full because, again, I can't clear the space quite fast enough because it takes so long. So I'll end up like recording a whole lot and then kind of having to stop for a while to let the encoding catch up and clear out files and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so there is some of that kind of going on in the background, which, you know, I'm not... there's definitely, it could be worse. I could be digging ditches or something, but yeah, I know some of you might be interested in the back stuff, but anyway, I don't even know where the hell I was going. I've been up too late. I played Heroes of the Storm too much again. I have an addiction problem, as opposed to an addiction benefit. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble on here beyond what I really needed to. Leave comments, and I'll see you next time.